But sometimes I miss being able to just talk to my family, being able to just hang out with the ones I used to be with all the time, being able to just laugh and talk without a care in the world. Man, having those conversations about everything and sometimes having conversations about nothing, but you could just talk to them for hours. I miss that type of connection in my life. Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z, Tip Will with SpeakUPZee. You're now tuned into an episode of SpeakUPZee, the podcast. In the podcast, we talk about real things with real people. Everything from life to business to mental health and everything else in between, especially cultivating and building on that relationship with God every single day. Um, I just wanted to come in, man, with a quick message. Not going to be very long today. Um, something that's really been on my heart and my mind lately is being more intentional about checking in, asking how the people you love are doing, and just making sure they're okay with no type of secret agenda attached. Because if you really sit back and think, when's the last time you talked to your sister? When's the last time you talked to your brother? When's the last time you talked to that family member that you used to be so close to? When's the last time you just called your grandmother, your mother, your father, or your cousin, or your auntie, and just asked them how they was doing? For my family personally, I hate the fact that the only real time that we ever come together and spend time and tell each other that we love each other and have intimate moments and it's when somebody dies. It's when a tragedy happens in our life. And the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing just how rare and how cherishable this thing called life really is. And we shouldn't have to wait until the ones that we love die or are dead and gone or are sick or on their deathbed just to ask them how they're doing. Just to check on them. Just to make sure that they're okay. You see, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I had this bad habit of the only time I would reach out to people, the only time I would check on people, the only time I would, even give a damn is when I needed something. It's when I wanted to ask them for something. And it might, and I'm not never been the type of person that really necessarily asks for money, but there's always something attached to the reason I reached out. I was like, damn, I never just reach out to check on them just to see, just to ask them. And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be a super long, drawn out conversation when you do these things. But I think what it does is just lets people know that you're thinking about them. It lets people know that you love them truly, unconditionally. If there's not a reason why I did this, there's no hidden agenda why I did this. I just wanted to genuinely check on you and see how you were doing. You have no idea how good they can make somebody feel. And if you really think about it, man, how long does that really take? Don't take hardly none of your time to do that. I think it's just a matter of effort. It's a matter of want. It's a matter of priority. It's a matter of slowing down long enough and saying, you know what, I've done all these different things in my day to day. Did I check on my loved ones? When's the last time I talked to that distant cousin or that distant relative? Are we getting ready to plan another family reunion? Are we going to have an outing where we can just come together and laugh and talk and play games? It doesn't always have to be us crying and us mourning and us trying to lift each other up from losing somebody that we love. It doesn't have to always be that way. Because the more that the only time you see each other is when something terrible happens, the further and further that it drives you two away, the further and further the connection seems to be gone. And I think back, man, on the family members in my life that I used to be so close to, that I used to be inseparable from. And I know that, sometimes just life happens, man. You grow apart from people and things change and life happens, people move away, people have families, people have priorities. I get it. But sometimes I miss being able to just talk to my family, being able to just hang out with the ones I used to be with all the time, Being able to just laugh and talk without a care in the world. You know, man, having those conversations about everything and sometimes having conversations about nothing, but you could just talk to them for hours. I miss that type of connection in my life. And it made me realize how I need to fight to get back to having those things. That the point of my life isn't just to be here and to exist and to die and be dead and gone. No, it's to build meaningful relationships, meaningful connection. And a lot of times we don't think that's a big deal. We don't want to reach out. We don't want to, you know, bury the hatchet if that's what made you not talk to that person. We don't want to, talk about our differences. We don't want to have the uncomfortable conversations. We don't want to be the first one to reach out. We don't want to put our pride to the side. We don't want to do those things. But let me ask you this, man. If you keep operating in that pride, and that's the reason you don't reach out to your loved ones. If you keep thinking that you're too busy, and that's why you don't reach out. If you're running from a conversation or running from an uncomfortable situation that you really need to face, and you keep letting that be the reason that you never talk to the ones that you love the most, or the ones that you used to love the most, the ones that you call family, that you call friends, that you have deep relationships with. If you keep letting those things be the reason that you never talk to them again, or that you never reach out again, or that you never make amends with them again, the thing that scares me the most is when I'm dead and gone, and nobody will be in my funeral that miss me. That will anybody really mourn over me? Did I make an impact big enough in anybody's life so my presence will actually be missed? And I think we be so busy trying to live and exist day to day that we never think about life after we're gone. And I know a lot of people say they don't really give a damn because they came in this world alone and they're gonna die alone. And I guess in a literal sense, you did come in this world alone. But at the same time, man, you really did, because 9 times out of 10, if you were blessed enough to be born into this world, man, you were here with somebody. Your mother was here. Your adopted parents were here. Your auntie and your uncle were here. Your grandparents were here. Like, somebody was here for you. Somebody was there with you. And if you're blessed enough when you leave this place, then hopefully somebody's going to be there when you leave too. And even though I technically did come in this world by myself, I don't want to leave by myself. I don't want to be lonely when I leave, and I don't be lonely after I'm gone to the point where nobody misses me, where nobody ever thinks about me, where I'm never on anybody's mind. That's scary to me. And so that means that I need to put my pride aside and talk about my feelings a little bit more, or talk about some things with some people that went unresolved, or just be, just stop being so busy and actually reach out to people to build up those meaningful relationships again, or to reestablish those meaningful relationships again, or to start new meaningful relationships with people again. And that's what I'll do. Because our family and our closest friends and the ones that we claim that we love, the only time they hear from us should not only be when they need something, when we need something from them, or when they need something from us. But sometimes you can just check on them and check on their well-being and make sure they're okay. They need nothing at all. And I guarantee if you can make time to do that, man, you'll see just how much it really means to them. And if they make the time to do that for you, then you'll be able to feel it for yourself, just how much it means to you. So that's my message for you today. And I just hope it hits home. I love y'all, man, so much. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. Hey, what's up? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. And I just want to take a quick second just to thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast. And my only goal with this platform is to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you around all things life, business, and mental health, whether it's myself or me bringing on a special guest. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We don't ask for any type of monetary gains or anything like that. The best thing you could do for us is just like and subscribe to the channel. Until next week, we'll see y'all later. Peace.